right. Bern Paraiso is in the studio from Good for All Marketing. Bern is the president and CEO of Good for All Marketing, also known as GFA, and she comes in here every Monday to talk to us about health providers and doctors right here in Ocala and Marion County, and we benefit from that information. A lot of times it's just a wake-up call, a reminder, go to the doctor and check your stuff out. Oh, where are you? Hold on. The picture needs to be on. There you are. Now I see pretty in fall colors today.
Black and red, right.
Fall color. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Did I get you right in the middle of a cough or something? No?
You
drove 1,500 miles this weekend, you said.
1,500 miles all the way to Chattanooga.
Nice.
And then, came back and took Dalton, Georgia exit to Blue Ridge. What is that, Blue Ridge
Parkway?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And?
That was beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It was my first time,
Is that
and
right?
it's amazing, right? Nature.
It is a beautiful highway. Were the colors changing yet?
Not yet.
Not
it's
yet.
still green, but in the next 2 weeks,
yeah.
it should be perfect to
Yeah.
drive out there. So came home last night late, and somewhere in Gainesville, we experienced, just a drizzle. I don't know if it was raining over the weekend here, but it was perfect.
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, we had a little bit of rain. Yeah, we did a show in Oviedo. And it rained on the way down, and it threatened to rain while it was an outdoor Oktoberfest. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was, oh my gosh, it was just
Interesting.
a beautiful neighborhood.
A lot of people well attended.
Yes, oh
Yes,
yes,
well
yes.
attended.
Not because of us, but because we just the music. So.
You are
Oktoberfest.
you are everywhere.
Yes,
we do
we are.
everywhere. Yes, yeah.
It's fun. We love doing that.
That's good. Well, good morning, community. You won't believe this. Last week we were discussing about the health insurance. What is PPO? What is HMO?
Yeah.
I got a lot of emails about that.
You did.
So just to clear it up, PPO is this is when you are not assigned to a physician. You can choose whoever you want.
What does it stand for? PPO.
It's a preferred physician's partner. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
No, that's different. Physician's partner, I could be wrong, organization.
Okay,
And then the
okay.
HMO is the health managed organization.
Okay.
So it actually tells you because the health manage.
Okay.
That means your coverage is managed.
They manage, so we don't have a choice.
Exactly. So
Okay.
you can go to a doctor's office, and if you do not know that the office accepts if you are in network, it is always advisable that you ask, tap the window and ask, do you accept my insurance?
Does one cost more than the other, the PPO or the HMO?
The PPO is, in most medical offices, PPO, most medical offices, there is no problem. But if you have an HMO, then you put a question mark.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
are my
no.
doctors that are in network with this one? And I had a lot of emails about that. And like I said, just understand your coverage. Another, last week we were discussing about the symptoms of difficulty swallowing food. And this morning I woke up and I was like, there's something here. But then when you swallow,
Then you get worried, right?
right, you can really tell.
Yeah.
You kind of swallow if there's something there. So if this is all the time, it might be something that you have to worry. But if it is like maybe once or twice in your whole life, so you have to ask yourself. But it's always best to make a visit to your doctor. Okay, it's always best to go see your doctor and communicate with your doctor. I remember last week we were talking about your doctor is your home. Sure, HOME, your home.
HOME.
HOME, that's home.
HMO, turn around sideways.
Exactly. And then difficulty swallowing is also called dysphagia. No, I don't want to remember this word. It's hard to retain in your memory. But the same with difficulty swallowing. Mm-hmm. So it is usually a sign of a problem with your throat or esophagus. The muscular tube that moves food and liquids from the back of your mouth to your stomach. It can happen to anyone, and people who have problems No, I kind of shortcut a little bit. It is common in older adults, babies, and people who have problems of the brain or nervous system.
Oh,
Now,
really?
How does it relate?
Really?
The nervous system, and then, okay. So there are many different problems that can prevent the throat or esophagus from working properly. Some of these are minor and others are more serious. If you have a hard time swallowing once or twice, you probably do not have a medical problem. But if you have trouble swallowing on a regular basis, and like I
Right.
said, we were like feeling a little bit a minute ago, and you
Right.
know exactly if there's a discomfort there, you may have more serious problem that needs treatment. Can you believe that? So let me see, a lot of emails about difficulty swallowing, and one of one of the emails, let me see, 2 out of 3, these are like, our, I don't know, brothers and sisters that are driving trucks out there because
Yeah.
they're always on the road.
Right.
3 out of 2 email that their biggest problem is stopping over and paying a visit to the doctor, because I believe they're always like on the go.
Uh-huh.
I'm not so familiar about how it works. And they said sometimes they have a deadline on their destination.
And that affects somehow their health?
Well, 2 of 3 correspondence, the emails
Uh-huh.
were like truck drivers.
Okay. You saw a lot of them on your trip to Chattanooga.
Exactly, but I do a lot of, big, beautiful trucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't finish emailing them back, but it's common last week.
I often wonder that when you have that lifestyle of being a truck driver, the food that you eat on the road, because because we're not truck drivers, but when we go any place, and I'm
Right.
not just being Rob and I, but any of us who are not truck drivers, you have a tendency to stop for the quick hamburger, and sometimes it's not the healthiest thing, right?
Right. There was, like I said, sometimes, and it's good to know about their scope of their work. And one of the drivers said that, but of course, the nature of my job, I can't just stop any town or cities to see a doctor. I guess they,
Yeah.
they have to be on their destination on time and all of that. So
Yeah.
that's like a,
Okay,
that's
so I
like
see.
a
So how do
dis-
they, if they have a regular physician, how do they handle issues when they're 1,000 miles away?
They have to either take off and I don't know, be on their vacation, perhaps. Yeah, but again,
Is
like
the-
I said, this isn't.
If you have a doctor here and you're on the road, does modern technology make it easier for a doctor in New York, for example, to look up your records and see what he needs to know?
It really depends, and nowadays we have an electronic medical records.
Uh-huh.
Now, if they're using the same program, then they can, we call it interface with, the medical health records of this patient,
Uh-huh.
but not 100%. I don't believe, because I still have offices here that are doing the traditional charts, but little by little they are converting into
okay,
the electronic form of health medical records. In other words, you can be in the hospital and the doctor that's seeing you can actually see the history of your health, even a few.
Because before we had
thousands of
this
miles away.
technology, you had to make a phone call and take notes, and you would never get everything complete. It would be just a real thin sketch of what the
Technology is getting so
Yeah,
much better.
yeah.
Like I said, when I first came here 30 years ago, when I would try to connect my family in the Philippines, I had to reach an operator. I don't know where in the world.
Yeah, right,
And I had to
right,
wait for
right.
2 hours to get
2
that
hours?
call to,
Oh, my
to
goodness.
be able to speak with my family. But now, the cell phone,
Instant.
it's so handy. Let me shoot this greetings. Birthday greetings, Trinity Healthcare. This is Dr. Kuhn, Dr. Oliva, and Dr. Rosario. Staff is celebrating a birthday. Carrie, happy birthday to you. Hello to Leah and also Kelly. Another October celebrant, Dr. Jay Shetty. He's celebrating Halloween.
Yay.
Halloween birthday.
wow.
Another celebrant, Genevieve Texon. She is my cousin here. October 14, I think. And another one is Dr. Jean Kerr and family. It's like a happy Monday greetings. And their son Douglas finally attending Trinity Catholic High School.
Nice.
He was homeschooled.
Oh,
First
really?
grade.
Yeah.
But he's the happiest and the luckiest student right now. So
Oh, good.
congratulations. And I believe I'm up, and I'm hoping that my next succeeding Mondays will have, a medical practitioner that will be sharing his experience about difficulty swallowing
Right.
what happened after that. So, oh gosh, I'm rambling. That's all, community.
Give your contact number or
Yes,
email.
please. I'm Bern Paraiso, and you can reach me at Bern, BERN, at GFA Medical Marketing, or you can leave a message in my office, 352-622-6432.
All right.
Happy Monday, everyone, and I'll be back next week, God willing.
There you go.
Thank you so
Brent.
much.
All right, we will be right back in just a bit. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Monday, times of clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm in the area at any time, high 84 to 88. Monday night will be mostly cloudy with a shower or thunderstorm, low 71 to 75. Tuesday, times of clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm likely, high 83 to 87. And Wednesday, mostly cloudy and breezy with some showers and a thunderstorm, high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Dunbar.
If you're hearing this message and wish to lose 50 pounds permanently, then write this phone number down, 352-633-0473. Dr. Juan Jordan's office in Lady Lake is offering the first 15 callers a free metabolism and body fat analysis with a comprehensive, in-depth fat-burning consultation. You have nothing to lose. Please call 352-633-0473.
You've got a garden, and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to the source, WOCA.
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible. And today, the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Hi, I am John Sotomayor, publisher and executive editor of the new Ocala Christian Advocate, the first faith-based publication of its kind in North Central Florida. Our mission is simple, to serve God and help others. Our goal is to bring awareness of the various ministries in Marion County, as well as cover faith-based topics that shape our lives, our values, and most of all, our relationship with God and one another. Please pick up a copy distributed quarterly throughout Ocala, Dunellen, and Bellevue, and be sure to visit our website, ocalachristianadvocate.com.
All right, 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Monday morning. If you owed a lot of money and then you got a call from the bank and they said, we're calling to tell, first of all, you get the call, you're nervous, you don't know what they're going to say. But let's say they say to you, we just want to let you know you're forgiven of all your debts. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be the greatest thing? You say, oh my gosh, I'm totally forgiven of all my debts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a relief, what a weight off my shoulders, right?
Wow.
When you have done something to hurt somebody, and somebody tells, and that person, or somebody on behalf of that person, says, we forgive you, it should have that same effect on you as having money forgiven. But the problem is that we don't always forgive ourselves. We hold on to things, right? Mm-hmm. Even though somebody else may forgive us.
Yep. There
was the story that I was reminded of in preparing for this next interview of the mother of the guy who shot up the movie theater, killing 86 people in Aurora, Colorado. Mm-hmm. You remember that one?
Yes.
Where she was asking forgiveness from the victims and their families. So we have a book here. It is called Forgiven. It's a novel, but it really touches on this amazingly powerful thing called forgiveness. The book is called Forgiven. It's written by Betty Lowre, and my notes say that Betty is a retired bookkeeper. She taught church faith groups, and she leads senior adult classes. She's a journalist, and her book, again, is called Forgiven, and we're going to speak to her right now. Good morning, Betty.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Dexter, Missouri.
Missouri. See, I've been saying it wrong all these years.
Well, everyone mentions that, but I think you can say it any way you want.
Okay, but see, I always figured the people who live there say it the right way. So Missouri.
We say Missouri, but I'm told that some say Missouri.
Yes, I'm one of them. But see, now I need to change it because forever I said New Orleans, and everybody said no, it's Norlands or New Orleans or something. But Missouri, Robin, how do you say it? Do you say Missouri?
Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah, just Missouri.
So tell me about your life as a bookkeeper, become novelist. How did that happen?
Well, I was involved as a bookkeeper for 30 years, and I had been writing before that, but when I became a bookkeeper, I could not write books and keep books because the one job was just time-consuming, so I dropped it, and then when I retired, I picked up the writing again.
So when you are, okay, I know from your background that you taught church faith groups, so you must have that as a core part of your being, your faith. Your faith is a core part of you? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, faith is very important to me, and it is to many people, and so actually my novel has that is part of it.
Okay,
the faith that people have.
And that's what I wanted to ask you about. I wanted to ask you, when you're writing a story, it must be impossible for you to not incorporate into the story some things that will resonate with us outside of the context of the story. Things like concepts like being forgiven.
Well, yes. I think it's part of our makeup. If we have faith, then we pass it on to others. But what I did, I used one of my characters to be the person of faith, and the other people are not. And, they have the choice. And this person who has faith is not pushy. And they see her as an example, the way she lives. It's not any Bible-quoting, scripture-type person.
But forgiveness is the key theme in this book. I mean, as a church teacher, I'm sure there are many different topics that come up, but forgiveness is a huge one because that's the central focal point of Christianity, anyway.
Well, yes, it is, and if a person does not forgive, many times that whatever is inside them that they're thinking about that they don't want to forgive about, it becomes like a poison, and it will eat that person up, literally make them ill. So yes, faith is important to us.
And you're focusing on women in your book, and you have 4 women who are really the central characters, and you do an awesome job between the camaraderie of the 4 with their trials that they need to solve and face.
I appreciate that. I carry those 4 women on through 4 extra books, and as we go along, you'll see the change in their person, and nothing happens overnight. It takes 4 more books for people to be resolved.
Oh, really? So are they all published already, or is this the first and the others are coming out someday?
They're already published. It is a series, and we just somehow the title became attached that it was the Forgiven series, and it keeps the same characters, but it also picks up new ones with each book, and we have different situations that people can relate to, because we don't want to be preachy. We just want to write a good novel that they see themselves in one of the characters, and they say, well, so that's how they handled that problem.
Oh, okay. That's very smart of you. And so do your readers, when you hear from your readers, do they mostly talk about the characters? Because that seems to be what I would do. I would talk to you about the characters. And then does it extend to the theme that you've got, the Forgiven theme?
Well, yes, different people relate to a different character, and there's always the ones that they love. And for instance, they love Ellen because she's not a person that is judgmental, and they love her little daughter who's 3, because most people do love a child, but this child is gifted, and they begin to realize that, and they are a source of protection around this child, that no one could ever come and harm her. But she is kidnapped in this first book, and in that I had to do a little bit of background check, so people would know what happens if a child is kidnapped. There's things they can do to protect their child.
Yeah. Forgiveness is not easy. I would have a hard time forgiving the killer if I was the parent or somebody who loved somebody who died in that shooting in Aurora, or any crime. I would have a hard time forgiving. I really would. But I realize the importance of forgiveness.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and it's just like I remember when the Amish people lost 12 children, and they forgave, and I thought that was about the biggest act of forgiveness that I could imagine, because they had to come together, and it wasn't easy. There's always bitterness, and there's always remembering.
And do you have personal experience in having to just forgive somebody for something bad that happened to you or someone you love?
Truly, yes, I have, and my husband and I went through something similar, and I wouldn't like to discuss the personal issue, but I will tell you that we had to, in the beginning, we had to say we cannot let this take our lives apart. We have to give it to God, and we have to forgive, because we've got to move on, or it will affect our health and affect our walk with the Lord, because that's what we are, people of faith.
Is your book popular among church groups? Are they learning about your books and becoming fans?
That's really interesting. Yes, I have a pastor that did send me a letter, and he said, I've been in the ministry 54 years, and I have read all of your books, and I have encouraged my congregation to get those books and read them, because you put the plan of salvation in, but you do it so subtle that they get caught up in it before they know. And he said, you might reach someone that never reads the Bible, never attends church.
Right.
And he said, I wholeheartedly endorse you, so I did appreciate that.
Oh, that's wonderful. I have a copy of Forgiven. I'd like to give it away. If you call me, I will put your name on it. Robert will put it away for you. The rest of us have to go buy it. Betty Lowre is who you will look up. Betty, do you have a website you can tell us about?
I do. It is just BettyLowreForgiven.com.
Okay. And Betty spells her last name Lowrey. Well, congratulations on the success, and please come back with anything else you have written.
Well, thank you so much for interviewing me.
All right. That is fun. We will take a little break and be right back.